Oops. Oops. Hey guys, happy Thursday and welcome to today's video. Today I am going to be testing out a bunch of products that I got on Amazon, and I am going to be using them to bake cupcakes, and I'm going to do super fancy decorations, and I have Russian piping tips, and I'm going to use those to make flowers on the cupcakes, and I have a few other things that I got from Michael's, so I'll be showing you all of that. But first, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and let's go bake some cupcakes. Alright guys, so let's make some cupcakes. First off, we are going to use a product I found on Amazon. And we will not be needing these attachments that the mixer came with, because we are bringing out this flex edge beater for the KitchenAid. It has silicone on the edges of the paddle attachment so that it scrapes the bowl as it mixes, which is really cool. This was a perfect fit, so it worked for my mixer. Just make sure when you're getting it, you get the one for your mixer. Alright, so we're just starting with some flour, and we're going to add some baking soda and salt to that and mix it all up. Then in our mixer, we're going to add a cup of butter. I doubled the recipe, by the way, so everything is doubled. And some sugar, and beat that until it is white and fluffy. I could tell that the scraper was working really well here. It definitely scraped the sides of the bowl, and it saved a lot of time. Now I'm just adding my eggs in, one at a time, and mixing in between. And then our vanilla, I used Madagascar vanilla. Alright, so now I am adding in my flour and making a mess as I do that, and alternating with some buttermilk. The batter turned out really good. Okay, so now we're on to our next product from Amazon. This is a little pouring device that you use the handle to pour your cupcake batter or pancake batter in. So I'm just adding this batter, and I'm hoping that it's all going to fit in here, but we will see. So close. There was a little left over, but that's okay. Alright, let's try this. So it turns out my batter was way too thick for this little product. It did not come out at all, so I had to go back to my trusty little 1/4 of a cup measurer and just do it that way and fill them and just keep on going. So this one gets probably like a 1 out of 10 because it didn't work, but it might work for pancakes, so I'm going to probably try that next time. Or a thinner batter, it would definitely work for. Okay, so there we go. They are all baked, and we're ready to start our frosting. And I'm definitely going to bring that paddle mixer back out because I'm really happy with how it worked. So let's try it for the frosting as well. Put a lot of butter in there, mix it up. And then we add a boatload of powdered sugar, and I'm not kidding about a boatload. This is like 8 or so cups of powdered sugar sifted. And I'm just going to keep on mixing that and probably make a mess as I do it until it is the perfect consistency. We want this to be really stiff because we're going to be using piping tips, and we want it to hold its shape and not flop over when we are using our piping tips. So I put extra powdered sugar just so that it would be really stiff and the perfect consistency. And of course our vanilla, I used clear vanilla so it wouldn't mess with the color of my frosting. And this looks perfect. It is not really falling off of the mixer, so it is the perfect consistency. Now our next products from Amazon, we have this 48 set of piping tips. It came with a little cleaning brush and a chart, which I really am happy about the chart. That makes things a lot easier. And these I didn't get from Amazon, I actually got them from the Christmas tree shop on sale, but they are Russian piping tips and they have all of these cool designs. And I have a coupler for switching them out easily, and this big tip. That is the style. Okay, so I'm going to lay out a bunch of bowls and get started on separating my frosting so I can make different colors. Move that out of the way. And I'm kind of separating it based on how much I think I'm going to use for each color so that I don't use too much or not enough of each color. Alright, so I am using gel food coloring so it doesn't mess with the flavor or the consistency of my frosting. These are the best ones to get. I just got mine from Michael's, but you can find them on Amazon as well. I got, I think, a 12 pack, and I also bought a few separate colors as well that I wanted. We have green for the leaves, and this blue color, yellow, purple, and pink, and I'm going to leave the rest white. Okay, so now for our plastic wrap technique. This is actually really cool, so I'm just going to cut off a piece of plastic wrap that I want to use and spread my first color of frosting onto the bottom in like a little rectangular shape, doesn't really matter. And then the color that I want to be the middle of the flower, I'm going to put right along the center of that pink frosting. And you'll see me doing it here. And then, once we have decided that is enough, we will roll it up along the yellow so that that is the middle, and kind of just form it into a little log, I guess if you want to call it that, and roll it up so it is all tight in there. And I'm just going to make another one real quick so that I could save some time. Do some purple on the base and white in the middle. Doesn't really matter which way you put the center as long as you roll it correctly. Okay, so then moving on, I'm going to just open up my piping bag that I got off Amazon, which is a pack of 100, and put the coupler in there and cut it to size. And then once you have that all set, I picked the Russian tip that I wanted to try out first and screwed it on there. You cut off the tip of the saran wrap and you literally just place it right into the piping bag. So this makes it super easy for switching out tips, and it makes it super easy for cleanup. And here is my first attempt on the purple and white flowers. I think they turned out pretty good for my first try. And then I can just switch out the tip as I want and take out the plastic wrap and put a new one in as I go. I found this was definitely the easiest way to do multiple different shapes and different colors. And we're just trying out the pink one. I kind of just went with whatever I felt like at the moment, but I think the pink one turned out really good. And we'll just take it on out of there. I'm going to save this one too, just in case, so I'm not wasting icing. And we'll just repeat this as many times until we have either no frosting left or no cupcakes left, and keep playing around with all of the different tips and all of the different color combinations. I really, really like how the blue ones turned out. And I also did a white and yellow one. I think I wanted to do the roses on this one, but I'm not sure if that's the tip I actually chose. But make sure you cut off that end or else it won't work. I think that is the rose. Not sure though. Alright, then I just moved on to the next one and kept pumping out these cute little flowers. And I also tried this little swirl with the other large tip that I had showed you from before, kind of to break up the flowers so it's not all flowers, and obviously it's a lot of work to make the flowers. So yeah, I kind of just did these little swirls, and one with these little dots of frosting. I had to wipe that cupcake off and retry because I didn't really like how it looked. But here I put all of my leftover frosting into the bag together and used one of the Russian piping tips. It actually kind of came out like a little bit of a tie-dye cupcake, which I thought was really cool. I think it looked really good. And I made this funny one. Okay, so now the most important part to bring these cupcakes to life is the leaves. So I used the tip number 15 in my kit from Amazon. I will link it in my bio. And I just added these little leaves wherever I thought it needed them and kind of just played around. I wanted kind of no cupcake to be showing through, so I kind of just put them wherever I saw cupcake coming through and wherever I thought it would look good with a leaf. I really enjoy making these leaves. I'm not sure why. I think it's just so cool how this piping tip looks exactly like leaves. Oops. I smushed it with my hand. Well, that happened. Moving on. Now I have some sprinkles and this edible glitter dust that does not want to focus. And I realized you have to start a little further away with the spray, but I definitely got the hang of it. I added the dusting sugar, kind of to just make these sparkle and look a little prettier. So yeah, you definitely have to use the spray from further away. But I think it added a nice shimmer to the cupcakes and made them a little bit more fun and exciting. And here's what they look like. This is all of them together. Here's the little dollop ones and all of the flower ones. They look like a little garden. And this is a little set of my favorites. I think they turned out so good. I hope you enjoyed them. Thank you so much for watching my video on making cupcakes and trying out Amazon products. Overall, I think my favorite was definitely the bowl scraper for the KitchenAid mixer, and the little pourer thing was a complete flop for my cupcakes, but I'm sure it'll work really well on pancakes when I use it. Otherwise, all of the decorating tips and things that I got from Amazon, I think they'll work really well, but I just didn't get to use all of them yet. There's 48 of them. And everything else I got from Michael's worked really well, and I'm really happy with how the cupcakes turned out. They tasted so good, and I hope you will subscribe to my channel and like this video to see more.